type. Hold my baby squid, keep them out of sight. Talking about my life, government stay away. Watch me drive, I'ma do it my own way. Squid in the ocean, swimming all alone. Ain't nobody telling me where to go. Living free, gotta stay true to myself. No need for interference from anyone else. Squid pro quo, that's the way to be. Living on my terms, setting myself free. I'm to my baby, protecting with my no government intrusion. I control my life.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to the channel. How is everybody doing today? Flash fan, thank you and Gabby for always doing your mod stuff. You guys are amazing. I love you. Penny, Christine, Roy, Wishful One, Kathy, Southern Red Sox girl. So, sorry we're a little earlier today. Alternate juror, also known as AJ, is having Zach on her channel today at 1. And I kind of want to watch that because Zach's always a fun time. So I am going to redirect over to there when we are done. She starts at 1. And usually I would start at like 12 or 1, but because I want to watch that and I want to support her because she supported me. I'm a little bit earlier today, and it's a little screwing with the little one's schedule and mine too, but it's worth it. Good morning, Taz. All right, we're going to get straight into this because there have been a lot of documents, and with everything else going on in the world, the YouTube world, one, I'm a little behind on my cases, and two, I need to stream every day to keep myself busy and keep myself occupied. Otherwise, I sit and think. And when I sit and think, like JKD Buck almost made me cry into my French toast this morning. So, love you, Uncle Buck. Just saying. It was a big joke on Discord that I was crying into my French toast. It's been a rough couple days. I hope everybody is doing okay. Each day gets a little weirder. Better, but weirder. Weirder, but better. Oh, and I understand. No, I didn't take it. So Roy had commented about keeping a consistent time, and usually I try to keep 1:30-ish, depending on if she wants to take a nap or not. It's generally 1:30 if she decides to take a nap. It's 1 o'clock if we try to go down for a nap, and she's like, heck no. But today is just a little different because I want to support AJ in that, and the more people we can send to AJ's channel and get her propped up, because everybody's helped me grow my channel and I want to pay it forward. Plus AJ's super cool, and so is Zach. So we're going to pay it forward by just going over and sending people over there today. And I just totally screwed up my lip gloss. But thank you, Ung Hung Hero, for the $2 super chat. I appreciate it. Good morning. Good morning, Robert. I've been waiting for you, young Jedi. And are you willing to do an interview with who? Am I willing to do an interview with who? I didn't understand your comment. I'm sorry. We are going to get into this. I did post all these documents and an article on the case background in Discord. This is one of those cases that made headlines. I'm assuming only because of where it happened. This is this happened in Polk County, Florida. And if those of you who follow any sort of trials or true crime or anything know that Polk County, Florida has one of the most entertaining and no BS sheriffs. Sheriff Grady Judd. He is famous or infamous, if you are a criminal, for doing press conferences and posting people's mugshots at the press conference. Flash fan, I have all the documents on this case. I had to go in a few days ago and like request them because it's kind of one of those things of like they're there, but then like you have to click on it and it says under review, check back in a couple days, and it's always there. It's kind of weird. Not every document is like that though, just some. So there's depot transcripts that I did post. We're not going to read the depositions. You can read them if you want to. They are on my Discord. Yes. Oh, and Toxic Orchid, I did post new documents this morning in this case in my Discord if you want to grab them for as the gavel drops. And I just set this up this morning, so I forgot to post the As the Gavel Drops Discord link, but I will post it in chat right now. I usually put it in the description of the video, and this time I forgot. So it is right there, and I will go and pin it because they have documents upon documents upon documents upon documents. I get some of my documents from there, and I always like to share when I get documents, share, because gatekeeping documents is just bleh, so we always like to share because that's just what we do. And somebody's kicking my chair, so if you see my chair, like she's laying on her stomach and playing with a toy, and she's got a what? Tech issues, I guess. Well, tech issues. Sometimes Discord is weird. All right. So the last time I talked about this case, we were talking, and for some reason I have to close. I have tabs up from yesterday's chats. And I'm like, how did this happen? Flashman, the case that I have not been able to find anything about, is Mia Bailey. And Mia Bailey, just to give you a little sidebar on that, is a formerly known as Collin Bailey. Toxic Orchid, this could be taken so many ways. I know what you're referring to, which is funny. Like I read it and I just just found out. Bye, Taz. Good morning. So Mia Bailey is formerly known as Collin Bailey. It's a trans woman who is allegedly unalived her family, her parents. And whatever you think of that community is your business. I'm not judging either way. I'm just using her because that's what the court uses to keep my brain from getting confused. So whatever you think, love it, hate it, don't care. I don't judge any adult for what they want to do. That doesn't affect me. However, for the simplicity of discussion, the court is using her. So we are using her. Oh, she's due to be arraigned in February. Okay. Yeah, I haven't been able to find anything. I got the original documents, and I'm not sure if I got them from you guys or I magically seem to find them somewhere on the internet in some article that I was reading. I really can't remember. However, morning stats. So Mia Bailey is a trans woman who is accused of allegedly unaliving her parents and attempting to unalive her brother and his wife. And then when interviewed said, I would do it again if given the chance. A little background, this case is in Washington Park, Utah, which is close to Logan, if I'm understanding correctly. And This is one of the cases that Legal Vices and I had been talking about behind the scenes. And I was going to ask him if he wanted to stream it with me, if he was if he was, available, or if he wanted to cover it. But now if it was being streamed. But now I will be streaming it if possible. If not streaming, I will be updating every day as my way of paying my respects to Legal Vices. So, sorry. I'm good for a while and then I'm not. I'm good for a while and then I'm not. So, so, whew. Damn it, Jeff. Yeah. Damn it, Jeff. He'd be laughing at me right now if he saw me crying. So, he'd all be laughing like, what the hell are y'all crying for? But this is one of the cases that he actually saw on my channel. And, yes. Yeah. So, I'm hoping that I can get in touch with Danny, and if it's being streamed, cover it with her. Because this was close to where Jeff is from, so he had an interest in it just because it was a local case for him, and I'm pretty sure there was more to it than that, but that's what he told me, so I just go off of what people tell me. But yes, so I will be covering this case. I was covering it before, but I'm going to be covering it now to pay my respects to Jeff. He will be missed every day. This is the only, since the little one, when she's on her iPad, she uses my YouTube account. That's just so I can keep a closer eye on her, because YouTube Kids is kind of, I've heard some interesting things about YouTube Kids, and I can't see it easily on my phone, my computer, anything. I can easily go in and see what she's watching and shut her down if I want to. The problem with that is she screwed up my algorithm. So Jeff streams weren't coming up on my, my homepage anymore. I'd actually have to go search for them. This week, I've never been so happy that she screwed up my my algorithm with all her things that she because she messed with my algorithm with what she watches, because she just randomly clicks on stuff, and it kind of messed up what comes up on your homepage. You get these like weird, like, right now she's doing like an ASMR of like children's toys that they're just taking them out of the package, and like it's weird, but it's not harmful, so whatever she wants to do. But I would actually have to go and search for Jeff's streams. The only good thing about that now is I don't get notifications, or his channel doesn't pop up on my, like, as TikTok calls it, my For You page. So I don't get those reminders whenever I open YouTube. Kind of a blessing in disguise, I guess. But yeah, I will be covering that case. You saw me on Monday. Like, this is I'm letting it out, but and only 2.6K to get Legal Vices to hit 100K. It would be so great if Connor, his son, could get that play button. Oh yeah, here we go again. It's like a roller coaster. It's like, I'm good, and then I'm not. Also, Flash fan, I was going to talk to you about what you thought of this, but since I'm live, I'll just talk to chat too. I was thinking about doing a video that would come out on Saturdays. It would either be a quick live stream or a pre-recorded video talking about all the little legal topics that aren't really like stream worthy, where they're not like a stream in itself, but it would be like a short thing. Like a couple of days ago, Morgan Wallen pled guilty to a bar chair throwing incident. If y'all know, you know. He threw a chair off of a rooftop bar in Nashville. So not really a worthy of its own stream. However, it would just be those short little like news topics that, you know, would be interesting because he got 7 days of in a inpatient, or some people are calling it 7 days in jail, but it's a alcoholic program. I think some people have called it a DUI, you know, program, and then 2 years of probation, but it's not worthy enough for its own stream, but it's still really interesting. So I was thinking about finding small things that I've seen pop up on my For You page, or I pop up on, like, you know, you open the New York Post and you see an article, but not something that's super, super needing its own topic for. So I was going to see what y'all thought about that. Morgan Wallen is a country star. So there's your problem. That's why you don't know. There's your problem, Hung Hero. You don't listen to country. And hey, Canoe Tipper, cheers from New Brunswick, Canada, eh? I say you know a lot. I think that's a Wisconsin thing. So I went to help clean last Friday, and the person that I help, his business, is he's from Maine. He's from Maine. I'm from Wisconsin. We both live in Georgia. And the homeowner was like, he asked her if he could, you know, she could tell he was from Maine or the Northeast. And she goes, I can't hear your accent as much as I can hear hers. And I was like, oh yeah, that's me. That's definitely me. I'm not going to say that out loud. Oh, you're going to, Southern Red Sox girl, you're going to hate me right now because I have this on only because I'm streaming and I don't like to show, you know, my arms aren't in shape enough to put on camera. So, but it's supposed to be 75 degrees outside today. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into and this thing was 8 or 9 months ago, and he just pled guilty last week. So, let's get into these documents. And Collin Griffith, I have a background article in Discord. However, he is a 17-year-old who is accused of unaliving his mother in Winter Park, Florida. Supposedly she fell on a sharp instrument in the neck. That was his story, and he was sticking to it. Incidentally, he used a freedom seed thrower in 2023 and unalived his father in an apparent self-defense. He was never charged because Oklahoma police, or the DA in whatever county he lived in Oklahoma, could not prove that it wasn't self-defense. So, Gabby, you're so sweet. Morning, Paralegal Liz. How are you doing? And Paralegal Liz, I feel so bad. I haven't talked to you in so long. We were planning on streaming the Alec Baldwin trial a day together, and then his lawyers did their thing, and his charges got thrown out, and we've never been able to. I've never reached out to do another one. Like, yeah, then he went and got out of it, ruined all my plans. I had set aside that entire week to stream, and like, then my day was like, that was the first like true setting aside time. At that time, I think we were still talking to my mother-in-law, so I had a babysitter. So, yeah, sounds good. We got this. Yes. If you are watching this and you haven't subscribed to Legal Vices, go do it. He was amazing. And I'm just happy that his family has all that video footage of him over the last 2 years that they can always take with them. All right. I believe the last time we covered this, we had supplemental discovery. Here's what I wanted to read. There's 2 depositions, a Sally Kate Bell, and I uploaded this same one twice. So I have to go back and change that. But there's another one. There is a Sally Kate Bell and a Kimberly something. They're very southern names. However, this is what I wanted to read to you guys. Most important. And let me open it up here. Because there was a motion in limine for the release of the Oklahoma records. Well, we don't have them yet. However, motion in lemonade. Yeah. And stats, if you did not watch Megan's stream last night, she did a about 6 o'clock-ish. She did a call-in stream for people just to call in and, give their memories of vices. Well, his son called in, and it was so nice to hear what the son. It was a good laugh, and we needed that. So if you haven't checked that out, go check it out. I am not gonna lie. My first action when I saw it, because I logged onto Twitter to make sure, because I had a stream at 1:30 on Monday. I was laying down with a little, and she was actually falling asleep for a nap. So I wanted to check Twitter to see if I had posted my, because sometimes I do and sometimes I forget. So I wanted to see if I had posted my stream link. And Megan's was the first, and then I get a text message from Tammy Fayette. And I'm laying there next to the little, she's almost asleep. And I'm like, oh my God. So I went and I was already on Twitter and I was like, let me look, just, and I saw Megan's tweet. My next action was to send it to Rogue Mama and Roslyn and ask, did Megan's Twitter get hacked? I was really, really hoping that I was really, really, really hoping that her Twitter got hacked and that she would put something on locals or on her community posts on YouTube that, like, my Twitter got hacked. Like, it's, like, so, it is it's a big deal. You should. It's a good group of people. It's kind of like my chat, because a lot of, like, I'm a mod for her. That's how I got my YouTube start. She gave me my wrench, and things just went from there. So, there was a motion in limine about releasing the Oklahoma records from when he unalived his father, and it is not allegedly unalived his father. He did it and claimed self-defense. State of Florida v. Collin Griffith, order authorizing and ordering release of Oklahoma records and protective order. ordered and adjudged that the office of the state attorney is authorized and ordered to produce defendant through counsel records currently in its possession provided to the Polk County Sheriff's Office, including records provided to the Polk County Sheriff's Office from Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, including records from the chief medical examiner in Oklahoma relating to an Oklahoma case and the above captioned case. It is further ordered and adjudged that the above referenced records are to be maintained as confidential and are not to be reproduced and may not be viewed by persons other than counsel for the parties. That's the disappointing part. That is the disappointing part. Yeah. Oh, Lady T, no worries. The first 20 minutes of my stream is talking to chat and saying other things that are going on and plans for you can be assured, because YouTube doesn't like to send out notifications or notifications on time. The first 15 or 20 minutes, we just kind of shoot the shit and talk about other things. So that people can file in here and get in here for when we talk about the other stuff, and so that people know what's coming up. If you aren't on my Discord or on my Twitter, the first 15 minutes, you'll kind of be able to get a feel for what this stream is about and what's coming up in the future. I do it at the end too, but I like to do it at the beginning. That way, if someone wants to know things but isn't interested in this topic, they don't have to search. They kind of, oh, I hope it was just a routine vet visit and not a sick vet visit. Either way, yeah, they dropped the charges in Oklahoma. Yeah, they could not prove that it was not self-defense, so they dropped the charges. I remember when he got the wrench. Yeah, I thought she was going to take it away the next day. I kept checking and I'm like, I still have it. I was thoroughly expected for her to take it away. I didn't expect to be able to keep it. And here I am a year and a half, 2 years later. So the sad part about this is the public doesn't get to see these records, which is fair because he wasn't actually charged with anything. So I get it. That doesn't mean I can't be a little disappointed, because I sure as shit would love to read those records. I don't know about y'all, but they sound interesting as hell. Defendant under the supervision of counsel or the defendant's duly assigned investigator and any expert witness retained or consulted for the purpose of evaluation and consultation in this case, unless otherwise ordered by the court. So, and then the judge for this case is Kevin Abdany. I don't know anything about him. I have not researched him. I Googled his name, didn't really get a lot, but I also didn't really try. So, and this kind of will be a short stream too, because there is some things, but there's not a ton. But we haven't talked about anything other than certain cases in the last, couple months, or couple weeks. So they do also have, and I don't understand why whenever I click outside of StreamYard, it acts weird. David Murdoch case, you'll see judges. Okay. And then there is another motion for supplemental discovery. And I just like to go through these because we get an idea of who the witnesses are going to be. We don't know these people, but that way when we get to court, we aren't surprised by who some of these people are. I know in Sarah Boone, we didn't have to look at all of this, but that's because we knew from the interrogation video, the fact that it was 4 years between the time of the crime and the trial. All of that kind of got ingrained in our heads just from repetition, Because I don't know about y'all, but I saw that interrogation video 4 to 5 times prior to the trial. So when we were in the trial, I asked the chat if anybody had a problem with me skipping it, because we didn't need to sit there and watch something that we had seen numerous times from various YouTube channels over the years. So I like to just cover these documents because they just give you an idea of who we might see. General's triplets. Sorry. Oh my God. Did you have a date with Laura Owens and not tell anybody? I mean, you are in that area of the country. So, I'm not sure how Mrs. General would feel about that, but, I wish, am I the one person on YouTube that does not have any alt accounts? Like, people are like, oh, I'll just use my alt account. I'm like, what's that? How do I make one of those? All right. Comes now the state of Florida by and through undersigned assistant state attorney files this supplemental discovery pursuant to Florida Rules of Criminal Procedure, Rule 3.220. I feel like I have 3.220 memorized. Like, I have so much. Yeah, I'm the only one. Yeah, even you have another account. Like, oh. All right. Witnesses, Arlo Technologies. I believe that, I don't know who, for some reason I've heard that name before. I just don't know, but that's from Stroud, Oklahoma. George Belding, Oklahoma State Bureau of Investigation, Stillwater, Oklahoma. And these are their work addresses. These are not personal addresses. So, and then Brian Haas and Mark Levine are the attorneys that are trying this case. It's and all of this stuff is on my Discord. I will share the link for my Discord right now if my mouse will work. There is my Discord channel. I don't have it posted just on my YouTube page because with certain people and all of their hater followers, we try to keep the Discord drama free and troll free. So there's a place for everything in there. However, it's drama free, and my Discord moderators have the ability and the leeway to boot people if they start acting up. So that's one of the reasons I don't have my my Discord link posted on my channel. So I post it in here. Yeah, I only have this one, and it's enough to keep me busy and confused. So, like, I will, and I'm pretty sure I'm needing more because for some reason people have subscribed to me a lot lately, and I'm some of these streams are getting 300 300 people on them, and I'm not used to how quickly that moves. So yeah, I'm asking a lot more of my mods than I have in the past, and I'll probably need a few more. So I have a list of people who are quiet watching on your TV. I do that from time to time too, especially when like I want to watch, but like I don't have the energy or the time to chat, because usually I get invested and I have a whole thing of laundry over there that needs to be folded. And so after I'm done here, I'll probably watch AJ stream, but I won't be participating in chat because life, young man picked the wrong county to do this crime. The sheriff is a legend in Florida for getting results and convictions. Well, the interesting part about it is he did this crime at his grandmother's house, which is in Polk County. I don't believe that his mother's house is in Polk County. I could be wrong because I don't know Florida geography, but I believe that his mother's house is in a different county. And he went to his grandmother's house, or he was staying at his grandmother's house because his mom kicked him out. And the events of the day happened. I was trying to figure out a good way to describe that being YouTube friendly. We'll just call them the events of the day happened in Winter Park, which is in Polk County, Port Charlotte. But I don't know where Port Charlotte is as far as like county wise. I don't know Florida geography that well, especially like county names. Call of Duty for Discord. I ran the guy, booted many trolls from it. Yeah. TV is overrated. Yeah, I use our TVs, but we usually use our TVs for either YouTube or YouTube TV. Because, the sports thing. Because it is college football playoff season. So it's many of Georgia Bulldogs podcasts up on the TV. Things where I don't need to participate in chat. But I still want to. And to watch the games. YouTube TV is it's a streaming live TV. So it's like a Hulu or so Charlotte County is Port Charlotte. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. I love Sheriff Judd. We actually, when I first started covering this case, we actually watched his press conference on this channel. And it was a damn good one. I love my Roku. They have my TV. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I mean, we have Paramount Plus, but that's about it. All right, and then there's a nice application for a search warrant, which I have not read through. It's 13 pages. So we're going to that was filed on the 13th. Why is it always going to I don't understand why it's doing that. Whenever I go to this screen and click on something and try to come back to StreamYard, it opens up one of the other tabs that I have open. And I don't know why. So it's weird. StreamYard is being weird. Like, I just can't explain why. Judd puts media in their place live on a regular basis. So funny. Yeah, I love sheriffs that are not afraid to do their jobs. Like, and he is not afraid, for better or for worse, whatever you might think. He is not afraid to exercise the power and discretion that he has as sheriff. And the people love it. Hey, Stephanie, we are doing okay. I mean, we're doing about as good as to be expected, I hope this judge allows cameras. He's not big on the media. Yeah, I think there should be cameras in every courtroom in America, whether that is state or federal. We need that transparency. So we need transparency. I heard and I don't know exactly where you're located, and you don't have to tell me, but I heard there was another a sheriff in another part of Florida that was pretty much had the same attitude as Grady Judd, and I can't remember the name of the county, but it's oh, if I can find it. Hold on. Because now I'm curious and I've just sidetracked myself. Tangent engaged. Oh, where is Oh, I can't remember the name of the county. Why can't I remember it? I'm trying to look in like messages. Well, there's a message I haven't seen in a while. Trying to look in a message of someone who told me. Because he told me I should look at the sheriff and because he's such like Sheriff Grady that um oh, I can't find it, but Count Chocula County, Sheriff Ivory, Brevard County. There's a I'll think of it, and if I think of it, I'll say it. I think it starts with an A, but I can't remember. And my memory sucks sometimes. So this is the application for a search warrant. There's another teen case out of Brevard, Julia Grace. Okay, I had disagreements with my parents. I fought with my parents a lot, but never once did I ever think about throwing freedom seeds at my parents. Like I can't understand the mentality that goes into that, or the lack of. All right, so this is filed by a detective, and I'm not sure exactly. I haven't read it, so I'm not sure exactly what they're looking for. But we're gonna read it together. This was filed in September, but it just now got posted. They are searching. Okay, undersigned judge hereby certify that application this day has been made for issuance of a search warrant. Said application is duly subscribed. Said application particularly describes person, place, things to be searched, things that need to be seized. Ugh. I've examined said application and proof submitted to me, and I'm satisfied that probable cause exists for the issue of a search warrant. And I'm glad, whatever it was, that they got a search warrant, because I hate the cops that use exigent circumstances, and then when they find stuff, they just keep going instead of. We've all seen the body cams where cops find something and then they stop searching. Because they apply for a search warrant. They're like, in order to go any farther, and they cover their butts. I hate the cops that find stuff and then just keep searching for more stuff. Yes, I understand that they want to search and they want to get the search done quickly. However, getting a warrant covers their butts, helps the prosecutors, because then the defense attorneys aren't going, well, they didn't have a search warrant, and trying to get stuff thrown out. Because we all know the stuff that gets thrown out that we see and we know to be basically evidence of that would get a conviction, but now the jury can't see it because the cops screwed up. Yeah, cover your asses, police. Yes, CYA. Best phrase ever. But then the cops screw up, and you not only screw up for yourself, and then there's generally no punishment for screwing up like that, besides a slap on the wrist and a don't do it again. But you screw up the work of the detectives, you screw up the work of the prosecutors, you don't get justice for the family because you're making it harder for people. And if you don't have great district attorneys who can find ways around that, like it's just one of those, cover your butt, do it right the first time, so you help everybody else along the lines. So I'm really glad that they got a search warrant for stuff instead of just looking for the sake of looking. Cops need more constitutional training and less training for how to be a revenue generating force to their community they serve. Yeah. They also need education on 21st century technology crimes, such as online threats. Because I had to explain to one of the cops here what doxing was. I had to explain to one of the cops here what what swatting was. And it was like, the person filing the police report, should not have to teach the cops what things are. There should be, and when I went to pay my water bill, the sheriffs were doing training, and they were doing it in the municipal building where like the door was open. And I live in a town of like 4,000 people. So like, yeah, I could see what they were, and they were doing training on like non-lethal, okay. Like, I was sitting there watching it because I had to wait in line, but they need training on 21st century bullshit that happens on YouTube. If you watch trials, Judge Fleischer out of Harris County, Texas is really serious at times, and other times he's hilarious, but he loves to help people. I honestly started getting my my court, just general court watching, even like municipal courts, from that TV show Caught in Providence. I thought that judge was absolutely hilarious. And like, I could not get around, like, he would make me laugh on a daily basis. And that's kind of what, like, I loved trials and I loved like true crime. But sometimes I ran a red light, or I stopped, but the traffic cam said I didn't, can be the most entertaining and real, because it's stuff we all go through. I mean, there's not many people in this world who haven't got a speeding ticket. What's funny is when I didn't live in this town and I was driving from the VA hospital in Augusta back to my house and I had to pass through this town, I got my only speeding ticket in Georgia in this town. And then 2 years later, I moved here. I did. Guilty as charged. Yes. Judge Caprio. Thank you, Jess. I could not remember his name. I can see his face and I can hear his voice, but his name eluded me. Hey, Peachy. It takes longer to get licensed in hair cutting in some places than just to become a cop. Yeah, King Bob. King Bob. All right. Description of property to be searched for. And I'm going to make this just a tiny bit bigger if I can. There we go. I would love to be able to read it from my screen here, but it's blurry for me. I don't know why, but it is. But on my other screen, it's not blurry. So that's why I have to look over here. Items to be searched for include any and all digital information contained within the cell phone. Thank you. They actually got a warrant for the cell phone. Because you know how many times people, i.e. Sarah Boone, turns over her phone and just because they ask for it. And she did it. I don't think she remembered how drunk she was and that she took videos of basically letting him suffocate, but that's beside the point. But she handed it over. They got a warrant after they found stuff, but she just handed it over. And like, I think that before they touch your phone, they should have a warrant. Before they touch your car, they should have a warrant. Like, ugh. I second this. DNA science technology has been working overtime to solve old cases now. Yeah, and anytime you give your DNA to anybody, like 23andMe or Ancestry.com, that also goes into the government database. So if they have DNA from a crime and your family member, you're related to someone who committed a crime, they can use forensic genealogy, which is quite amazing and deserves a whole, like, yeah, we could go into that for hours. I could talk about forensic genealogy for all day. Internet searches, photographs, emails, internet posts, internet searches, and text messages. Any messaging or communication applications, including but not limited to Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, any voice over internet applications, including but not limited to Google Voice, computer images, files, videos, photographs, SD cards, external devices, or any other representations or presentations in which whole or part depict any electronic information related. The forensic examination of a cell phone, computer, or other electronic device is a time-consuming process. An exam can take several days, weeks, or months, depending on the complexity of the device. Specialized hardware and software tools are needed to process the electronic device. A controlled environment is required to prevent contamination or the destruction of evidence. Thus, it's preferred that any electronic device and or storage media be examined by trained forensic technicians. Speaking of Sarah Boone, y'all need to watch the video and song Shizzy put out last night. I will have to do that. I worked I didn't get home till like 11:30 last night. Part of the reason I'm so tired, because I'm usually in bed asleep by 11:30. So, description of place, person, and things to be searched. One iPhone cell phone with a black in color case, which was recovered during the execution of a search warrant within a black 2024 Volkswagen Jetta belonging to the suspect. So I can appreciate the work that Polk County Sheriff's Office did, because they had a warrant and searched the car. Then they found the device, and instead of just going through the device because it was in something they already had a warrant for, they went and got a separate warrant. I can really... I am a back the blue kind of person, but I also call out bullcrap when I see it, or shady things or things that I think could be better. Not a cop, but I have friends who are who are cops, who are retired cops. I call balls and strikes with whatever, like I see them. My opinion might not be the same as yours, but like I call... Yeah. Seeing how government misuses power, do you really want to have access to your DNA? Well, I'm pretty sure they already do, because I go to the VA. So it really, technically the government, every time they take blood, there you go, has my DNA. Sarah Boone will not go away quietly. Oh, well, she mentally peaked at 14. She is another content Krampus. And yes, I am doing night court today. We are going over more of the Joseph Ferlazzo, Vermont v. Joseph Ferlazzo case, the van life vacation where he allegedly unalived his wife of 1 year. And Flash fan, I was, for some reason, like, it just hit me like 2 days ago when I was making the thumbnail that he was 42 or is 42 and she was 22. Like, that's just weird. That's weird. Wow. Statement of facts constituting probable cause. Your affiant, Detective Danny Peters, is a sworn deputy of the Sheriff of Polk County, Florida. Your affiant has been employed as a deputy sheriff with the Polk County Sheriff's Office, Polk County, Florida, for over 14 years. Currently, your affiant is assigned to the Bureau of Criminal Investigations Homicide Unit. Your affiant's duties are to investigate any and all offenses in violation of Florida state statutes, specifically offenses relating to death-related events within Polk County, Florida. The following information was obtained through your affiant's own personal experiences, observations, and training, as well as from fellow law enforcement officers. On 9/8/24, Polk County Sheriff's Office and Polk County Fire Rescue responded to a 911 call for service involving a subject bleeding from the neck. While en route, the 911 dispatcher was advised by suspect Collin Griffith that his mother was bleeding from her neck. Collin stated to the 911 dispatcher that he got into a fight with his mother and she lunged at him with a knife and then fell on the knife. Collin stated his mother came at him and they fought for a long time. Upon arrival, deputies and fire rescue, the decedent, the victim, Catherine Griffith, was observed supine on the kitchen floor surrounded by a large pool of blood. Catherine had a large puncture wound to the right side of her neck. Fire rescue declared Catherine deceased at 18:27 hours. While on scene, deputies observed Collin exiting the residence, who refused to cooperate with the investigation. Collin was detained on scene in reference to the ongoing investigation at that time. He asked for a lawyer. I don't know what else he did that was uncooperative besides ask for a lawyer. That's my criticism of police when they write something down. They write it, oh, he was uncooperative. No, the mofo asked for a lawyer, which everybody should do. Never talk to cops. Cops are not your friend. Cops are not your friend. PSA for the day. While on scene, detectives conducted an extensive canvass surrounding the scene. It was learned from two separate witnesses that both Collin and Catherine were outside the residence in a verbal argument. During the argument, Collin was observed aggressively grabbing Catherine by the back of her hair, at which time he began dragging her into the residence. While Collin was dragging Catherine, she could be heard screaming, "Let me go, you're hurting me, please let me go." Witnesses stated they heard an active disturbance continue once they were inside the residence. Through the course of this investigation, it was learned that on 2/14/23, while living in Oklahoma, Collin was involved in a shooting resulting in the death of his father. Investigation revealed Collin told law enforcement that he shot his father in self-defense. During the course of that investigation, it was determined that Collin was arrested for shooting of his father, but was not convicted due to evidence revealing it was self-defense. It was learned that Charlotte County Sheriff's Office documented multiple, and there's the Port Charlotte, documented multiple incidents involving suspect Collin Griffith. Report date 2/14/24, 16:53, which for those of you who don't know is 4:53. Collin is refusing to go home. He threatened to use any force necessary not to go. If he does go home, he will unalive his mother. Charlotte County Sheriff's Office initiated 9/19/23. Collin was discharged from CSU and upon leaving the facility approached my vehicle and requested to be Baker acted as he does not feel safe to go home, stating, "I will unalive myself or my mom." When asked what he felt like would happen, he stated he would throw them out of the car, do a freedom seed toss, or a pointy object. I've done it before to my dad. I know I can do it again. Collin stated grandmother is not safe if he goes home with her. What do you... This is the first time I'm reading this, because I always like to read documents with you guys, especially these long ones, so that you get my initial thoughts, because if I have time to think about it, my thoughts might change. Which is fine, but I thought military time was the only way to tell time. Yeah, that's kind of how I think. I was involved in a pretty crazy homicide case back in the early 80s in Apopka. Am I saying that right? Apopka, Florida. And then another in early 2000s involving husbands disposing of wives. Very difficult to... Are you a detective? Or what do you do? Or did you do? So he basically told Charlotte County Sheriff's Office in 2023 that he was going to do this. And I understand, like, you can't, this is the gray area of, like, you can't hold somebody when they didn't do anything. But could this be constituted as a threat? In the sense of, like, he, according to the police report, he basically said he was going to do it again. So at that point, like, could something have happened as far as Zulu times confuses the crap out of me. Always. Still confuses the crap out of me. The best way to tell time is the big hand is on the 12 and the little hand is on the 11. Well, right now they're both on the 12. But that's just, that's just me. So, retired Orange County FDLE. Interesting. So, this is kind of one of those, like, where I go back to, like, Gabby Petito, when they were separated by the sheriff's office out there and wherever they were in, and I can't remember where exactly they were, Utah or Arizona, Nevada, somewhere out there. But they let them get back together and then he unalived her. Like, he basically said in 2023 that he was going to unalive his mother. And in 2024, he did it. Like, could this have been prevented? And I know hindsight's 2020, but it makes me wonder. And I just get what's a Zulu? I ask that question every day and I'm supposed to know. Oh, she figured out how to mess with the volume when she turns on the music app. So I have to turn this down before I get... I wish I could show you guys. Like, hold on. She's dancing. She's addicted to yeah. She's addicted to Shabuzi's bar song. I don't know why. Every time she hears it, because it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, and she goes 1, 2, 3, 4 with her fingers. So I don't know. So yeah. Copyright. First case, husband and wife. Oh, somebody really went through Lord Chippy. We just used Lord Chippy as a I have to turn the volume down. Hold on. Can you turn the volume down, please? There we go. Right there. No. Girl, you're not listening to Petey Pablo. Oh, throwback to mommy's teenage years. Second, the husband ran a funeral home and cemetery and butter. Wow. No, I had to turn the volume down because Baby Squid's addicted to the song A Bar Song by Shabuzi because it counts. And during the chorus, he's like 1 to, and she counts. Like, if I can get my daughter to count with a song, oh my goodness. And this was my niece was unalived by her babysitter, which is not supposed to be around children. Found out later she was 5. Let's say he made it 2 weeks in jail after the court case. He was 15. I mean, I don't know what the original wood chipper case was. I just know that from hanging out in Mo's chat long enough that we have the I consider myself a Lord Chippy attendant. If you know, you know. She just turned on Petey Pablo. That's probably before your time, Flash fan, but look him up. She turned back on Shabuzi. And she literally rocks back and forth. I'm watching you. I see you. I see you. You know? Do you know or do you know? I lost it. Hi, BB. Have hugs? Can I have my hand back? Can I have my hand back, please? Can I have my hand back, please? Are you dancing? Okay. Woo! And why am I all of a sudden got, there we go. There we go. You know, I got to have my Celsius. Yeah. Yep. Oh, boy. I love this chat. Oh, thank you. Hugs? Oh, okay. Hugs. Hugs. Okay. Okay. Hugs. Hugs. Yeah, we don't touch that. You have a mic over there. Your mic is over there. It is. It's on the shelf. It's on the shelf. It's all yours. Have a good day. She hasn't seen Elmo. So. Oh. I haven't either, but it's on my iPad. And she has my iPad. Well, she has her iPad. You all right? You all right? Okay. You let me know if you want to come back up. Okay. Oh, this is what we do. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Up, down, up, down. Baby squid break. Baby squid break. Are you? Do you say hi? No. That's you. She sees herself. Like, kiss. Yeah. We're gonna read. Okay. In March 2023, when Collin moved to Florida with his mother, Susan stated shortly after moving in with his mother, they began to have issues due to Collin not wanting to obey his mother's rules. In November, while you're dearly. Girl, you have your mic. Your mic is right there. You want to play with yours? Because this one's mommy's. No, we don't touch that. Here you go. Babies are awesome, but they grow up to be teens. Hey, here. Yes. Collin not wanting to obey his mother's rules in November while at his mother's residence. Collin and his mother began to argue about her taking Collin's Xbox and cell phone. Collin stood up and told his mother, "Let's go," and then proceeded to push his mother to the ground. Following pushing her to the ground, Collin stomped his mother's hand into the ground. Susan stated she witnessed the incident and stated that the actions of Collin were unprovoked. Susan stated Collin attempted to tell her that his mother pushed him first, at which point, reading is hard, Susan corrected him and informed Collin that Catherine never touched him. Collin was arrested by Charlotte County Sheriff's Office for battery DV. As a result of the arrest, Collin was placed on active juvenile. Girl, like, yeah. As a result of the arrest, Collin was placed on active juvenile probation for battery DV. Susan stated the main way of communication with Collin is through his mobile phone. Susan stated that Collin was a smart kid and would often look things up to determine whether or not he would go through with certain things. That's creepy. When asked if Collin would have looked up how to unalive his mother, Susan stated he could have. Girl, I get it. I want to scream sometimes too. Boom. 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 You want to go to your room? That's where we left your pouch. You want to go get your pouch? Go get your yogurt. Go get your yogurt. Yes. Baby squid is the best. She's the best distraction. Sometimes for better or for worse. Sometimes the cute way, and sometimes the... Oh, and we are out of the yellow fruit that she's addicted to. So if you hear her throw a temper tantrum over that, go get a snack. Go get a snack. No? Okay. You still have your breakfast on the table if you want it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Susan advised that she had text message conversation with Collin prior to this investigation. Susan advised there were conversations between her and Collin via text messages that would paint a broad picture explaining Collin and Catherine's relationship. Susan stated that Collin's phone is his lifeline, and when Catherine would discipline Collin and threaten to take his cell phone, Collin would get into a rage. While on scene, a search warrant was requested for the residence located at that address. The search warrant was granted by the Honorable Judge Patty. Attached to the curtilage of this residence was the carport. Parked under the carport was the suspect Collin Griffith's vehicle, a black 2024 Volkswagen Jetta. During the search of the vehicle, an iPhone cell phone encased in a black case believed to belong to the subject, Collin Griffith, was located on the front passenger seat. The purpose of the search warrant is to not only confirm ownership of the above described iPhone recovered during the execution of search warrant at the residence but to also identify any possible evidence related to this investigation. A forensic examination of a cell phone, computer, or other electronic device is a time-consuming process, blah, blah, blah. We already know that. Based on your affiant's training and experience, your affiant knows that the suspect often used electronic devices to communicate about criminal activity before, during, or after a crime has occurred. Your affiant believes the electronic device to be searched may contain evidence which is relevant and material to an ongoing homicide investigation. Your affiant respectfully requests a search warrant be issued for the above-mentioned place in respect to the above-mentioned issue. So, I love when they do this, intentionally left blank. Then why did you put it? So, yeah, they did a nice little search warrant. And then, my session was timed out due to inactivity. Of course it was. Because that's just how I roll. And then they added, and this is short, so we'll just go over this. They added another supplemental discovery. They added a expert blood pattern analysis, which should be interesting, because that's one of the experts that I haven't seen ever testify at a trial. And if I have, it's not been a huge deal. But blood pattern analysis is an interesting science. Some people believe it, some people believe it's bullshit. So it's kind of one of those. And then this is where I get all my stuff from. And my session's been timed out due to inactivity, but I can't make it bigger. But there was a there was a conference 1213, a hearing status conference. And then the next conference is 121, and that's a hearing on all pending motions. And then 127-25 is jury selection. So this will be probably the next case we cover. And since I have my planner right in front of me and I literally have the dates right in front of me, we are going to write it down so that I don't forget. 127 is jury selection, which is a Monday. Shocker. So this is actually coming up pretty soon. And I don't see why he has any reason to delay this. He has a public defender. However, he doesn't seem to be as difficult of a defendant as our girl Sarah. So I'm thinking that this actually, pending any acts of God, such as, hurricanes and things like that, this should be going on as scheduled. Unfortunately, I have not seen any of the hearings. I have not seen any of the hearings posted on Court TV or Law and Crime. So I'm thinking that this might be another one where we have to look up either live tweeting by a member of the media or just a daily recap. Because I am not sure this is going to be streamed. It would be nice if it was, because it's Florida, and Florida is generally pretty open about that. But, we will wait and see. You sent that Michigan case on Discord? Okay, the one about the, sorry. There's seems to be more than one Michigan case too. And I'm having a brain fart. Oh yes, the one of the male version of Sarah Boone. Not the suitcase part, but the not getting along with attorneys and going through an upteen amount of Hey, what can I do for you? Hugs. Hugs. Oh, thank you. She just kissed my hand. That's a very daddy thing to do. Yeah. Hugs. Hey. Hugs. Baby girl. Here. Can I have a hug, please? No? You're just going to hug my hand and walk away? Okay. You do you. Angel, what's up? You go on the other side of the room to cry. What's going on over there? You were fine when you were here. Oh. You're okay. Can I kiss it and make it better? She stubbed her toe. I know, it's like the end of the world, right? I know. It hurts so bad. But she stubbed her toe, and then I said when I said can I kiss it and make it better, she sticks her foot up in the air. That's my little one. Yeah. All right. I think that's kind of the only updates for this case. This will be an interesting one. Baby girl. Hey, Joe wants to know if we need to call a tow truck. She just looked at me. Tomageddon. Yeah. Tomageddon. And that even as an adult, when you stub your baby toe, you think the world is coming to an end. And so I can't imagine that she was I know that hurt, huh? You poor girl. All right. So I have this stream set up to she's watching my stream from yesterday. I believe I have this set up to redirect to AJ. She is not going live until about 1 o'clock. So you've got a little time to eat lunch, get a snack, settle in. It's Zach, so you might need a drink too. But I believe, let me make sure. Podiatrist needed stat. Come on, customization. Oh yes, hot seat with Zach, the man, the mystery, the mayhem. At 1 o'clock. The motion for the Michigan attorney to withdraw was denied. Ooh, I'll have to look into that. I'll probably look into that this weekend. It's been, this past couple weeks have been just a little bit overwhelming with content. And I'm trying to just catch up on what I'm trying to catch up on what we already have covered and what we're covering before I start anything new. Because I believe that will be the best way to keep it all organized, for one, and secondly to one, to keep it all organized, and second, to make sure that we don't get overwhelmed, because that's a big thing. Like, with as many things as we're covering, I'm trying to keep it organized somehow. Hey, King Paco. And I'm really hoping that some of these that I've covered from the very beginning actually are recorded. Because, like, in Arizona is hard to get documents too. You actually have to go there. So in the Christopher Schultz case, we've kind of hit the only way we can actually learn about that case is in the media, because I don't have a contact in that part of Arizona that can get the documents for me. So we're kind of in a holding pattern with the hot car case in Arizona. So we're just trying to catch up on the cases that we're already covering before I cover new ones. Oh, I'm sure I won't like his attorney. I'm having a rough time with attorneys lately. There's been a lot. Like, I used to be anti-state, and everybody knows, if you look at the description of my channel, it says freedom loving, government hating. And like, I've liked more judges and more district attorneys than I ever thought I would in my life. And I've despised some of the defense attorneys lately. Going back to Carly Gregg, I still cringe at Carly Gregg's defense attorney. Like, just, they're in over their head. James Owens didn't. Flash fan, I'm thinking if Sarah Boone had actually kept Patricia Cashman, I probably would have liked her, because she sounds like she's good at dealing with difficult people, which is always a fun personality to watch, because sometimes witnesses get to be difficult, and to watch an attorney who's good with difficult people is fun. But, like, to watch an attorney who just complains because they don't get their way is not fun. James Owens complained when he didn't get his way. And even when the judge gave him his way, he wasn't competent enough to do it right there. Judge Cranick gave James Owens the opportunity to depose the state's expert right then and there, and he wasn't prepared for it. He wanted the judge to give him a day and call a recess and delay the trial. We knew that wasn't going to happen. This case was 4.5 years old, but the judge gave him his way, and he still wasn't happy. And as a result, his client got life in prison. A lot of attorneys are not the best, but there are a lot of good there. Sir Frank Otter, did you know if you're not an attorney, you can't tell what a good one is? Sorry, that phrase will forever. Yeah, I like Jose Baez. Okay, I know it's a movie, but Richard Gere in Chicago. Jose Baez reminds me of that kind of attorney. Like, I know my clients are potentially guilty, but I'm going to get them off no matter what. And you know what? Shabusiness is facing new charges for attacking a guard in prison. I watched that. I did too. I watched that trial on Vices. Wow. I'm going to have to look into that because that is a Shabusiness is an interesting one because I'm, being from Wisconsin, it is what it is. And I don't know where my notebook went, so I'm going to have to Shabusiness. None of your I found myself saying none of your shabusiness. So, oh yeah, that's old news /Shan, but she got convicted and she's in prison and now she's facing new charges for attacking a prison guard. So, I'll have to that might be on my little my mini series. So for those of you who weren't here when we started, I was talking to /Fan about doing, and just the chat in general, about doing a small, short, maybe 20, 30-minute video about updates to cases that don't really require their own stream, small things that we've seen in the news about court, like someone pleads guilty, or sometimes you can't fix crazy. Yeah, drugs are bad. Drugs are bad. And you might think that they're just bad while you're on them, but nope. Remember the commercials in the 90s? This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. It's a thing. It messes with your brain. Anyway, getting back to the side note, I am going to do probably a video on Saturday or a short live stream that comes out on either Saturday or Sunday, where I do just a quick update on some cases that are interesting or in the news, but aren't really big enough deal. Like, Morgan Wallen pleading guilty to that chair incident. So I don't remember. Yeah, she's never gonna stop. She's one of those people that makes me wish that Wisconsin had the unaliving penalty. You unalive someone, we'll unalive you back. Because she's just that special case that I think would be more than appropriate for it because she won't stop. Like, she won't stop. All right. Anyway, we got about a half an hour until alternate juror. I am going to redirect you guys there. Y'all have a great day, and I will see you tonight for night court. Better than the show. The reboot of the show. The first one was funny. I heard the second one sucked. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great day.